mighty Thor has finally come again with his mighty hammer. Oh, I forgot. He's known as the Huntsman now. He has a really cool axe. Like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop1987. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review. And I've finally seen my very first movie that I'm going to see in theaters. And oh boy, I was really happy for what I did see in the film. So anyway, for my next movie review is The Huntsman, A Winter's War. And yes, this is the first movie that I really want to see in theaters. And I really did enjoy it so far, but I think I like the first one better. Well, I like it for what it is. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here is my movie review number 68 of The Huntsman, A Winter's War. And now let's get on to the main plot of the story. All I can say about the main plot of the story is a story about the dude that we all know and love, named the Huntsman, aka Eric, who is on a very serious mission of his life. Joining forces with a couple of dwarves and this woman who is known as his wife, named Sarah, to take care of some unfinished business about this mysterious golden mirror thing that has the spirit of the evil queen and all that stuff. They're on a mission to find that thing and just destroy it right away before that evil ice queen will get it and try to get her sister back from the dead. And that's all I can say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie called The Huntsman, A Winter's War? To tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, I really do enjoy this movie. I will say it's good, but I think I like Snow White and the Huntsman better. Because I think it has a good fast-paced storyline, it has really good likable characters, and they have really cool special effects, if you know what I mean. It's really hard for me to say. I will say, I do enjoy the storyline for the most part. The characters are likable. It has some very cool special effects. I also fell in love with the score. The score is really darn awesome. I decided to re-listen to the score again, the whole entire soundtrack. And sadly, it has a few weak points here and there. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of The Huntsman, The Winter's War. Sorry. Okay, let's head on to my first strongest point of the film. I will say, my strongest point of the film has to go to the narrator. The guy who's responsible for telling us the whole entire story of The Huntsman, A Winter's War. I am very darn impressed about the narrator. He did a really good job of telling all of us this very important story about how did it all began. And I enjoyed the prequel story for over around 20 or 25 minutes to the film. And to tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, oh boy, you're not going to believe me about this part, about this narrator who is telling us the story. Believe it or not, I think that this narrator is truly the old great and mighty Liam Neeson's voice. I was scratching my head. Or I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, that can't be Liam Neeson's voice. I mean, how the heck did he narrate the story? It could be Liam Neeson. It sounded like Liam Neeson. Or it could be Liam Neeson. I was so darn surprised, ladies and dudes. I was so darn surprised to hear Liam Neeson's voice as the narrator. Believe it or not, I think the directors, producers, the screenwriters, whoever these people are, I guess they decided to ask Liam Neeson if, could you please become a narrator for the Huntsman or Winter's War? Because we need a good person who could narrate the story. I think the reason why they chose Liam Neeson as a narrator, because I think Liam Neeson is such a big fan of Universal Pictures. If you remember all the films that he worked on, like Darkman, The Grey, Nonstop, A Walk Among the Tombstones, Love Actually, and The Schindler's List. Yeah, I think the old great to mighty Liam Neeson, I think he's such a big fan of Universal Pictures, and I think he really wants to be a part of another movie, I guess. It's hard for me to say, so I will say the first strongest point of the film, and the only greatest strongest point of the film, is definitely the narrator, who narrates the story very, very well. And I will say for the second strongest point of the film has to go to the score. The score is pretty darn awesome in so many ways. After all, I gotta re-listen to the score all over again since I only heard the score once in the movie, and I really want to listen to it again. And that James guy, James Newton Horner, whatever his name is, he did a really good job of making a very good epic score to the film. So anyway, for my two main strongest points of the film, it's the narrator and the score. And as for my two major weak points for the movie, Sally, I only got two. One of them is the shaky cams, and sometimes the movie can be a little bit slow here and there. For the shaky cams, it's I have trouble with some of the scenes here and there with that features a shaky cam. You know, there's a couple of fighting moments here and there, and some of the scenes that happen in the movie, it's hard for me to explain about shaky cams. But yeah, the shaky cams can be the first major weak point in the film. And the second major weak point in the film is sometimes the story can be a little bit slow here and there. I just found it's around dab in the middle of the film or around the near middle of the film. I just can't remember, but it's been a while. But once the slowness can stop, it can finally head back to its fast pace. Yeah, hard for me to say about that one. So I will say the two major weakest points of the film is a little bit of the shaky cams here and there, and also it has some few slow parts here and there. And now let's go on to the characters to the movie. And I will go with the three good characters that I did enjoy in this movie. The first character I want to talk about is the Ice Queen, played by Emily Blunt. And yes, ladies and dudes, I did see an Emily Blunt movie before. It's the movie where she played the blue-headed girl for the English dub of The Wind Rises. I think she did a pretty good job playing a very good character, but I think she was decent. But as for her as the Ice Queen, she did a pretty good job in this role. I do enjoy her performance very, very much. I do like her storyline. I like her personality and attitude. She's a really tough queen, but I don't think she's a villain at all. She's kind of a misunderstood character, and I do feel so sorry for her for what had happened to her in the past. And yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a spoiler that's going to happen at the near end of the film. That I cannot allow to spoil. Something that happened to her child. The second character I want to talk about is the evil queen, played by Charlize Theron. I will say she still do a very good job playing the evil queen who was stuck in that golden mirror for a pretty long time. I will say she had a good storyline. She has a great personality, great attitude. She is perfectly evil in so many ways. And the best part I love about her character is when she made her very first entrance for the last 7 years, when she was stuck in that golden mirror for the last 7 darn years. So I think she did found a way to, continue on living even to this day. Ooh, she is pretty darn evil. And yeah, if you look at Charlize Theron's face very carefully, you will know that she is having so much fun playing with her favorite character. I mean, she had a really good time playing a very headstrong character who's so darn beautiful and evil at the very same time. I give this woman 2 thumbs up. And the last and final character I want to talk about is Chris Hemsworth, playing Eric, aka the Huntsman. I will say about the Huntsman, he's a really cool character overall. He is pretty darn awesome in so many ways. I do enjoy his storyline. He has a great personality, great attitude. He had a very fantastic background story and his later on storyline. I like the character development and chemistry for all the characters that he worked with in his mission. And he's a really good action hero and all that stuff. So I give this guy 2 thumbs up as well. And finally, let's head on to my final thoughts of The Huntsman, The Winter's War. Overall, The Huntsman, The Winter's War overall, The Huntsman, The Winter's War is a pretty good movie, but I think I like the first one better. It does have a few flaws here and there. I will say the storyline's pretty good. The characters are likable. I really enjoyed the score. I love the narration from Liam Neeson. It has good special effects, and it's just a pretty underrated movie to watch. That's all I could say. And for my rating for this movie, I decided to give The Huntsman, A Winter's War a very good score of 9 out of 10. Check out this movie to believe it. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure that those evil queens will hunt you down and take you down for the count. Oh yeah, beware of the evil queen who has a very golden-like dress. You get the picture. Anyway, that's my whole entire movie review of The Huntsman, A Winter's War. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and I'm sorry if I made a couple of mistakes here and there when I'm doing this video, but I did the best I could for it once again, if you know me. And join me next time for my next movie review to come, as I do Captain America 3, The Civil War. So be prepared for that new movie review to come, and I'll see you all later. Sayonara!